Here are some pieces from Sézane's Spring-Summer collection, and we're very much overdue a review because it's been a while. If you're new here, the thing I always say is that half my wardrobe is Sézane. It's very much my style. The thing about them is that they're good quality pieces, last in my wardrobe for years and years. Sometimes 5 years later, they still look in very good condition. Not all their pieces are of this standard. There are items that are not worth the money, not high quality enough for the price point. I'll let you know now that in today's video, there are a few pieces that are really nice, and then some pieces that are pretty bad. As usual for these review videos, everything here I've purchased myself, it's not sponsored. I'll tell you what I keep versus return. All the sizing information will be down below if I forget to mention it, as well as any links to the specific pieces I'm showing. Let's start off with these two pieces because there's one I love and there's one I don't like. If you were to guess, you would assume I would like this one, but surprisingly this time round, it's the dress that has stolen my heart. This dress is the Dibia dress made from a cotton elastane. It's majority cotton material and then there's a bit of elastane to give it stretch, which is super important for a fitted dress. So something Sézane does really well are their fitted dresses. They're always so flattering and they hold their shape over time. So it's not like it's flattering and then it loses its shape. They tend to hold their shape really well. The main thing about this dress that makes it feel special are the details. So the rose print is very kind of French, very romantic. I love the little buttons along the sleeve. They feel like a very intentional accent. And surprisingly, on me who is a little shorter, this dress fits at a decent length. I think it's meant to be more mini, like on the model, but on me, I'm not mad about the length because it's more practical for everyday wear. Do I think this is pretty simple? Yes. It's really just like a cotton jersey style dress, but I think they've done it really well. You'll see how I like to wear these dresses. Because it is more mini, because it's more fitted, I actually love it with like a dorky kind of sock and loafer feeling. I would also wear this dress layered inside longer coats, especially in transitional seasons, and then it will of course also go with a variety of heels and sandals. If you're wondering what I wear inside, I always wear these like black seamless shorts. They're not very compressive, but they just create the seamlessness on the inside so that I don't have any underwear lines or something like that showing. This one I'm keeping, and it's probably one of the items I'm most excited about because it feels very wearable for day, night, and can be worn in a range of occasions. This one is a Lenny t-shirt, and starting off, Sézane t-shirt price points are very expensive. You know, it is a t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt with buttons. I love the floral print of this. So if they made a t-shirt that was really nice quality with the floral print, I am 100% going to keep it because it just feels so elevated for a basic. The material is the biggest disappointment for me because I actually love like a delicate looking t-shirt. I don't need my t-shirts to be heavyweight or super thick. Even my Cuckoo Intimates t-shirts, they are light, but there's enough substance there to make me feel like it's going to last reasonably well. The Sézane t-shirt in comparison is so much lighter, it feels more flimsy. I think the stitching is not as good, and it's just worse. I feel like if you see around the neckline here, the stitching is like a single, very flimsy looking stitch, and I'm 100% sure that at one point I'm going to rip through that, and there will be some wear and tear around this neckline. 100% sure, because when you put this top on, there is no stretch, so it doesn't really go over your head. You need to take off the buttons for it to be put on. Not a big deal, but it's a slight annoyance. I really want to love this piece because even as I'm holding it up now, it's so pretty, but sadly, I just don't think the quality is there. Look at the neckline of something like Cuckoo Intimates, but there's a reasonable amount of strength that I can feel in the fabric, in the neckline, and in the stitching. This one is sadly not really there. If I'm being completely honest, I have seen pieces from Glassons, from Cotton On Basics, you know, tops that are $10 or $20 that are definitely just on par in quality with this one. If you've tried any of these pieces and you disagree or you agree, let me know in the comments because I think that will be helpful to me and to others because sometimes we just feel differently about different pieces. This is the Sézane Elvina dress. This is a shirt dress with these incredible broidery details. The shirt dress often has a boxier, very straight, very minimalist look that I don't necessarily 100% feel is my style. This one I like because of the scalloped edges. So it has like this round scalloping on the sleeve and neckline edges. And it feels like a very good balance between crisp and soft. So the material is like a poplin, so it has that structure to it, but at the same time with the details it feels a little softer. Even with the sleeves, it's got a puff sleeve situation, very subtle, but it just softens the look a little. A simple shirt dress can be bought literally anywhere. So if I spend a bit more at Sézane, I really like seeing all these accents and intention behind the design. So this one feels really, really beautiful. This doesn't come with a belt, which I'm a little surprised by because Sézane often do like little shirt dresses with the belt. But look, I have black belts in my wardrobe, I will just pair it with those. To be fair, nothing is ever perfect. Something I don't like about this dress is that the top button, when you do that up, I find it a little restrictive, slightly tight. I don't think this dress was designed to be buttoned from top to bottom because even all the styling photos, they've got a few buttons undone, top and bottom. If I wanted something classic, I would have gone with the all white, but I love like high contrast. I love, you know, white against navies and blacks. So this color combination was my favorite. I also feel like you see and appreciate the embroidery a bit more in this colorway, which I like. I really love this dress, but I'm not normally, you know, a shirt dress girl. So in these cases, I'll hold on to it and like basically try it on all the time to make sure it's something that's actually worthy of keeping. Sometimes you can appreciate something but not feel like it's for you, but holding on and having another think. My least favorite item in today's video is the Nuri top. This is disappointing. This is really disappointing because I was thinking about ordering it in the set. I only chose the top and I'm glad I didn't bother because for the price point, this is just so flimsy. The material, the stitching, it's just too light. Just remember in this review, you're hearing this from someone who loves delicate broidery tops, slightly sheer, lightweight, think Dowen, think like any of this kind of vibe. That's 100% my thing. But there comes a point where for $200, 200 Australian dollars, this is so flimsy that instead of giving light, I think it's just kind of giving cheap, but the price tag is not. If I compare it to something like my Dowen top, it may look quite similar, but it's so different. The Dowen piece is light, but you can tell with the details that it's sturdy, it's going to wash well, it's going to hold up. It's delicate, but the material has some weight and some structure to hold it all together. And this flimsy little top just doesn't really have that. Let's talk about the fit now. And you can tell that the straps are very, very long. I'm usually not too mad about this because obviously I am on the shorter side. You want the straps to fit someone taller, and then if you're petite, you can just adjust it quite easily. Like, it's not a hard job. But these are really long. These are long to the point where I feel like for average height and taller, you will still find it quite long. To be honest, this is 100% not worth it. I could not recommend this, I think, to really anyone. If you're looking to purchase this kind of delicate tank top style of clothing, I would say either take a look at their other styles, have a look at Dowen, or you can just buy it at places that are more affordable and you'll get something really similar. This one I've had for a while now and I've tried to wear it a few times before we head into the winter here in Australia. This is a silk linen blend. It's mostly linen, I think it's 15% silk, and the material composition is gorgeous. I also feel like with cords, I get so much versatility from them. I wear them together, of course, and then you can also style the top and the bottom separately, and it just gives me a lot of room to play with the two pieces. Let's take a closer look at the individual pieces. For the top, it's got a pretty high neckline on the front, and it's got a very low open back tie detail at the back. I love like a backless design in summer. This top is lined, but the lining is very, very light, very thin. The skirt is a little bit more voluminous. It's got some nice structure that holds the shape quite well. It's closer to a maxi length and just has like a really nice movement to it. I think the fit of the skirt is a little bit odd at the waist. The waistband is too loose, so there's a little bit of a gap on the waist because there's no stretch here in the fabric. Not really a deal breaker because by the time I tuck something in, it's fine. But I thought I'll mention that because for some people, depending on your shape, you may not like this structured waist accent. As much as I love this set, I'm in love with the way this one looks. Let me tell you a few things that could be a deal breaker. So firstly, the silk linen is pretty light. It's got this very light, almost like organza kind of feeling, very light, airy material. So just to set expectations right, keep that in mind. The other thing about the silk linen is that it's a very imperfect fabric. They've both got imperfection with the fabric. So linen is very easy to get those little pilly bits. With silk, especially with like a raw silk, you often get those like nubby bits as well. And because it's silk linen, you really do see that imperfection on the fabric. The silk linen, I would also say, is on the more delicate side. So if I had like a handbag and it was rubbing on this material, you would definitely see wear. If you have jewelry that's very sharp and it caught onto the material, 100% would see like a pull and wear from that. So this is not one to wear really, really casually because the material just doesn't have the, I think, sturdiness to withstand that. This tank top, by the way, it's meant to be like a dry clean only piece. So I'm gonna hand wash it and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like because I plan on hand washing it. So I do a little test to make sure that it washes well because that's obviously super important to the quality of clothing. Something that did surprise me a little is this vest. So this is like a cotton little vest with a tie at the front. The interior is cotton, the outside is 85% cotton, 15% linen. This is beautifully made. It's pieces like this I feel like last forever at Sézane. It's just so well constructed. When you hold it in your hands, it feels so special because it's like lightly padded, it's got nice shape to it, the embroidery details are so thoughtful. It's even down to like the ties. It almost has this like handmade feeling about it. But I've been thinking about how I would wear this if I were to keep it, and definitely with like lighter pieces or pieces closer to the body because this item has structure. So if you were to wear it with something very full, it starts to look really bulky. If you were to wear it with more delicate things, it looks really, really nice. The V neckline is something I don't wear a lot of, but because this is a layering piece, I think the V works quite well because it just shows off whatever you're wearing on the inside. I would wear this with like the shorts. I would wear this with like fitted skirts. I would wear this over dresses, especially dresses that have short or long sleeves. Maybe not like a tank dress or like a sleeveless dress, but with short, long sleeve dresses, this works perfectly. On those days where you need a little jacket, but you don't want to go full out with a proper one. I also feel like it's a great way to change up the look of your clothing. For example, I wear this red dress a lot, especially like autumn winter. When I layer this over the top, it gives it a very different feel. I love clothing pieces that can change the way your existing pieces look and feel. You can wash this at 30 degrees. That's really important to me for a white vest because honestly, it's white. So I'm going to need to wash it, and the instructions say you can at 30 degrees. This next item is also pretty nice in quality, but this one I just feel a little bit like not excited over. And if I'm not excited over something, I'm definitely not going to keep it. But here we've got a very pretty linen skirt. It's a cotton linen blend in a dark brown with these like ecru whitish polka dots. So first up with sizing, I think that this size fits me okay if I wanted to wear it lower on the waist. I tend to wear my things a little bit higher on the waist, so this is too big for me and I would prefer to go one size down. In the clips, when I'm wearing a higher on the waist, I've kind of done a little knot at the back to make it fit as I want it to with the size down. So note that, but this is a really nice quality piece. You know, cotton linen, it feels like a nice weight, not too flimsy. I'm still deciding whether I like that it's a fake wrap skirt. So basically, it's sewn together and it has a zip at the back. So the thing about a wrap skirt is that you can tie it on the waist and adjust it to you perfectly. But the thing about a wrap skirt is sometimes like it moves around a lot, especially in winds and whatnot. So it's a bit annoying to wear, whereas this feels very secure. I could wear this to work and feel 100% confident in it, and I feel like this would look really nice for a summer work skirt. It can also be styled with like a simple t-shirt or blouse, as I've done here. So there's a lot of range and versatility to it. I will also say that I find a lot of skirt silhouettes quite dramatic. Either they're very full or they're very slim. This is a very nice like medium silhouette that works for casual as well as work. So I think there's a lot of versatility in this shape. Sometimes you just want like a simple silhouette. I like this skirt, but the thing is I just don't love it and I want to love every piece I end up keeping. This dress is a piece that I love. It's a denim pinafore dress, pinafore style dress that layers over t-shirts, cardigans, long sleeves. I really like this style of dress, and I constantly gravitate towards this in my wardrobe because I love this kind of playful look. It reminds me of something I wore when I was quite young, like teenager kind of vibes, and I don't think I've ever like outgrown it. So this is a denim dress, a little squarish on the neckline, silver snap buttons, and then it reaches above the knee. This one fits pretty well as it is, but I could take the straps up slightly to make it fit, I think, perfectly. This dress is very nice quality, it's very well made, and if I compare it to something like this one from Madewell, I feel like I like the details on this dress a little bit better. So the shaping and stitching coming on the sides, the button options, the pockets, I think they're all really cute accents. This just gives range to a wardrobe. I find that because I can layer it over so many of my tops, it gives me a way to wear all of those tops in a slightly different way. I'm gonna stop talking about it because ultimately I just like layering dresses, and that's most of the reason why I love this one so much. The denim dress, obviously, I'm keeping, I've kept, I've actually worn about 10 times already. After this video, I'm gonna throw it on because I'm just going to grab lunch, and it's one of those easy pieces. So this is another blouse that I've owned for a while now. It's not super new, but I have some thoughts. So the thoughts are that it's a very pretty fabric. Sézane do fabrics really well. Sometimes in different Australian retailers, what I find is that one store has this pattern, and I'll go to another brand and they have the same pattern. So the supplier must be kind of the same. This is like a green and sage and white plaid that is simple yet unique. The main thing about this top is that it is a very lightweight top. Very lightweight cotton. If you like your pieces to have more structure, more shape, more weight, more sturdiness, I don't think you'll like this. Remember when I reviewed the other pieces, I did say that I like these light, airy tops. This one is borderline, where I don't think it's worth the money unless you really like the print and the style. I have a tendency to tie it a bit too tightly, but just know that you can do it looser and it looks more natural. I wish that I could tie this top very tightly and not have it look weird, because when I wear it like this in the photos, it's so comfortable, but I keep on getting comments saying, that looks really tight, can you loosen it? The thing is, it's really comfortable worn that way for me because there's no moving of the neckline, but I think it starts to look a little weird. Whereas if it was like this Dowen top, I feel like you have a bit more versatility to tie it tighter and looser for different looks. That's the only thing I'll say about the neckline. I wish it would tighten more and not look a little awkward. If you like Sézane, this top I'm wearing today is from Balzac. Very similar brand. They're a little bit bolder than Sézane, but sometimes they have really, really beautiful pieces. And this top is 100% one of them. I'm also wearing some black sandals from them throughout today's video. Those are from Balzac. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If there's anything you picked up from the Sézane collection, let me know. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you recommend it to a friend? Let me know. Everything I mentioned will be linked down below, and underneath every piece I'll have my sizing recommendation. Thank you so much for watching. I love making these. I'll see you next time. Bye.